Another escape or an assault. You've probably heard the headlines, maybe even double-checked the locks on your doors after hearing those reports. This tends to spark debate in the Kearney community, all surrounding the Youth Rehabilitation Treatment Center, or YRTC. Some say it's a dangerous place. Here's a look beyond the headlines as to what's really happening inside the campus.
I've seen full-scale riots upstairs in the bedroom.
Assaulting staff, escapes, dangerous youth. Headlines you hear, all connected to the Kearney YRTC.
You know, YRTC gets a bad rap.
In statements sent in from some previous staff wanting to remain anonymous, you see some related comments. The program is a joke. The youth run the place.
Right now, the kids have a lot of control up there, and the really smart street kids, they understand that. They know it, and they pass it down through the food chain of the group.
And all those statements may make you wonder just what is really going on behind those brick walls.
It's a hard place to understand if you're out in the general public because you don't know what goes on in there. You just read what's in the paper.
These kids have some difficulties and have had some serious difficulties at times in the past. And YRTC confronts those and gives the youth an opportunity to experience success, learn some skills, they get an education.
Boys here bring a range of troubled pasts, from parole violations, drug and alcohol abuse, up to cases of manslaughter.
There are kids there who are manslaughter charges, but you know that they've killed those kids. They've killed other people, but are there on a drug charge or a assault charge because they couldn't pin the crime on them.
It's a caseload current staff I talked to say they can handle, but once in a while, a few get out of control.
You know, when you work in a high-profile, volatile situation, which we do, where things can be very smooth and a kid walks through the door and he can really turn us upside down.
So it can be easy to think that a place like this is something that's dangerous and doesn't belong in a community. But a lot of those that I talk to say you really need to take a look inside.
Well, if the people got to know us better, they got to understand us better.
We try to blame YRTC as being part of the problem when really their goal is to be part of the solution. And we look at that and then we start to point fingers, and that is unfortunate.
So, I mean, there's a lot of success that happens in this place, a lot of success. I wish more people knew about it.
This is a place to guide these boys to make better decisions and work out problems, hopefully avoiding the prison system. For some, it works.
It's dramatic, a lot of the changes that these youth make.
Sparkle when a youth finally gets it.
And sometimes an escape or even an assault is part of the learning process.
Well, first of all, you have to remember that they're here to show problems. We want them to show problems here because it's a safe place where they can try new ways of communicating.
The staff is trained to handle many of these situations, and problems depend on who is working and how many staff are available.
I don't think it's a danger to the community, but other people would say so. I think that when the staff has control, it's not a dangerous place at all.
More staff has been added over the years, and the administration is constantly evaluating, looking at ways to change. It's just not easy.
They want to evaluate. They want to be using best practices to help kids experience success. And that road's going to be bumpy because the issues that they're dealing with, the problems that these youth have, are difficult problems.
Some leave, successful members of the community, but some slip back into the system, end up in prison, even death row.
It's unfortunate that you can't completely rehabilitate everyone.
Even some of those who have worked there before and been assaulted say the place has done some amazing work.
It's fun to see them change and see those lights come on and say, hey, you know, I can change this or I can control my anger.
And you can discover that if you look beyond the headlines.
They don't hear about the kids that graduate. They don't hear about the youth that are making successful progress at YRTC. They only hear about those things that grab headlines.
Now, there are some changes on the table, and I will tackle that subject later on here in this series. It's a 4-part series, by the way. Also, some of these staff members who have been assaulted recover, then go back to work. Find out why they really do that, some of them, and more details on what is behind those assaults. That's next Thursday right here on Good Morning Nebraska.